Hey YouTube, how you doing? This video is going to cover something that's kind of interesting. Here on the screen we see this is Exodus 21. I was reading the Bible and I found a few things. This is Exodus 21 and 2. If thou buy an Hebrew servant, 6 years he shall serve, and the seventh year in the seventh he shall go out free from nothing, for nothing. If he himself he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife go out with him. If his master has given him a wife, and she have borne him sons and daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. Okay, this is the one I was looking at. Exodus 21 is basically the legal system, the legal codes. This is what they're basing their legal codes on. This is the law, provided this is talking about servants. Okay, well, on another video, I had tried to type in, I forget what video it's on, but I tried to type in man into the codes. Okay, check how sneaky they are. This is California law. This is the old school one. Now, right on top it says, searching California law no longer works properly. On this site, please click here to access our new legislative information site for searching California law. And you know why they did that? Because many people were coming in. See, these codes haven't been updated since 2012. Okay, we're already 2015. Many people were coming in because they found out that they were men and women, and boom, they stumped the hell out of them. Then they were scrambling, moving around, blah, 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 because now they found out that we found out that they're a bunch of crap. Now we're going to go to the new site. It'll load that up. You can see I typed in man already. All the codes. Let's see what it brings up. Okay. Here you go. Business and Professionals Code. The legislature hereby declares its intent that the term man or men, where appropriate, shall be deemed person or persons. And any references to the terms man or men in sections of this code be changed to person or persons when such code sections are being amended for any purpose. This act is declaratory and not a mandatory of existing law. So basically, they're trying to stick you into the person box, and person, and that means that biblical law doesn't apply. See, they're still trying to drag you out of the Bible and stick you into this servant stuff, so that they can now, because when you go ask for a license to marry, that's the okay. If a master, which is them, because you're a U.S. citizen, person, individual, taxpayer, obligor, whatever, non-custodial parent, and all that other junk, had given him a wife and she bore him sons and daughters. That's why the CPS can come and take your children, because of the marriage license that you volunteered. Because, oh, you need a license. Oh, do you? According to the Bible, and I have to actually look into the Bible, but I've typed in there to try to find out the ring and the licensing. And they didn't have licenses in God's day, so why are we asking for one now? You don't need a license to be married under God. You do not need a license. What you need is to stop messing around with every woman that you see, and the women stop messing around with every man you see. You need to just pick your husband or wife and stay with that person for the rest of your life, which people don't seem to want to do nowadays. Anyway, the basis of the legal codes in the slavery style is here in Exodus. It's found in Exodus 21, and you can go through it yourself. But basically, this is what they're up to. And now they went and amended the law to change man and men into persons. So they can shove you back into the slavery style. So that you're a person, you're a human being, and the Declaration of Independence doesn't say that. And look at the names of the agencies, human resources. You know, they look upon us as we're their slave and as we're their property. Let's take a look at this here. Let's see. Smite is his father. Okay, this is one right here. Okay, if a man strive together and one smite another with a stone or with his fist, and he die not, but keepeth his bed, if he rise again and walk abroad upon his staff, then shall he that smote him be quit. You know, he'll be acquitted. Only he shall pay for the loss of time and shall cause him to be thoroughly healed. So everybody needs to start reading the Bible, even if you don't want to believe in Jesus or you don't want to blah blah blah, whatever. It's all that stuff is good, but this is the basis of law. The Bible is the law. And this is what all their legal crap is made of. So they're taking bits and pieces of the law and they're bastardizing them to their everything for them, and then they're calling it law. But it's called a legal code. It's their interpretation of law. It's not it's not this law. They can go and change this website all day long till the cows come home, but that doesn't make it lawful. Because if it's not congruent with constitutional law, which is what they do recognize, because they don't recognize this law, even though this is where they're stealing it from. This is where they stole the law from. They're stealing it from God, and Satan steals everything from God, and then he tries to twist it around, and then he makes it his, supposedly, and there you go. They steal God's law, and then they bastardize it for themselves, and then they call it law, and then they want to impose it upon us, changing the names and the words and everything around. So I really suggest that everybody look at it. It's right here. It's right in your face. You know, stop worrying about Rihanna's and the Beyonce's and the Jay-Z and the Gay-Z's and those dudes over there. Just stop worrying about that junk. Come and start reading. Read. You will not be held guiltless because, I didn't know. Well, no, we're telling you. You know, we're telling you. Look, read. This is from my American people here. Now across the world, I don't know, because every country's different, but it's the same. The Bible is see, that's the beauty of the Bible, that the law is the same no matter where you're at. You can go anywhere in the world and take this Bible, and it's the same. It's the same law. It's the same law. It's kind of hard to understand because of the Old English, smite and all that stuff, and But for the most part, this is where the law is coming from. It's in the Bible. The Bible is the law. This is where they're stealing it from. So, I just typed this in here to check, and now they have changed it. So that tells you that they know that we know, and they're still trying to stuff you into the person box. Don't get stuffed into the person box. You can always object, say no. You're a person. You're considered. No, I'm not considered a person. I'm not going to go by what you say. I am a man. Am I lying? Because if you say I'm not a person, I'm not an individual, I'm not a taxpayer, if you start doing all of that stuff, then it gives them hooks to hang on that you're crazy, that you need psychiatric help or whatever. I personally don't even go to this stuff. I just simply don't go. They can make all the warrants they want, but if they come knocking on my door, you so and so, who's asking? Sheriff Department of whatever county. No, you made a mistake. Well, we have here, then sorry, that's not me. I don't know. You made a mistake, and just stay on there. And if they really keep gnawing at you, just make sure you have your phone on you and make sure that they're aware that you're recording them. Because man, them phones, man, them records that people are making now, the dirty, filthy criminals nervous. They're nervous now. They don't like being filmed and recorded because those films and those videos and the recordings, they don't lie. It tells the truth. I've also noticed that on a lot of the police videos, all the audio is taken out. Of course, the audio is taken out because they don't want to self-incriminate. They don't want to incriminate themselves because all the chatter that's talked between the cop and the dispatch. If you notice that a lot of the videos, it has no audio now. It just shows the cop chasing the guy, and you have no idea why he's chasing him. And a lot of that stuff is probably taken out because it's self-incriminating, and it incriminates their departments, and that's why they take the audios out, if you notice. But just stay with being a man or a woman. Then you're under biblical law. Any other name that or anything else they try to shove you into, you need to object. And like I was saying, I don't go. I cut them off. We're going to issue a warrant. Well, they have to have probable cause in order to issue a warrant. So that's a lie. If you don't show up for this subpoena, we're going to issue a warrant. Well, why are you issuing a warrant? You need to have probable cause of a crime. You didn't see me commit a crime. And there better be some property damage. Because a crime consists of property damage and another man or woman accusing you of property damage or theft. So if there's no man called the state of California, then that's false. There's no man or woman called county of Los Angeles. If there's no man or woman called Smud, they have no case. Well, I need to talk to the man or woman called Smud or J.C. Penney or whatever corporation you're going up against. Verizon. Where's the man or woman called Verizon? Where's he at? Because I need to talk to him because apparently there's been some misunderstanding that there's some debts owed. See? Now, use this information, however, my disclaimer is this. Don't blame me should this not work for you because all this information is just that, information. You got to use your own discretion because if they got guns and they're going to hurt you, you might not want to get smart with those people because they're not following God's law. Just know that. And this is a satanic system. Just know that. So it would be wise for everyone to get in good with God first and have his angels around you. Because I'll be honest with you, just my personal experience, they know that I know. And they've tried over and over and over to get at me. And because I found out all this information, I started to write letters. But the letters got cumbersome because they kept messing with me. Now what I do is whatever letter I get in the mail, I just black out the name because that's not me, and then I write the law right on its face. In other words, it's floating around in public. That's what they don't want. They don't want these things floating around in public because now you're telling all the world this person right here is fraud, and you got to use that word fraud. And get this one. Here's the one that's been working for me. You can do whatever you want. When you tell whatever company, corporation, or whatever that they're committing fraud, you also put on there, this is your notice. Do not rescind. If you rescind, that's mail fraud, which it falls under 18 USC 1341. The penalty is 20/30 years in prison and $1 million fine per occurrence. Return to sender. Put that on there and see if they're going to keep harassing you. Because every single time you get a piece of mail, and if you feel like fighting them, and take them to an Article 3 court with an Article 3 judge that has to hold up the Constitution instead of these Humpty Dumpty kangaroo courts, you can nail them for $1 million per occurrence every single time they send you a fraudulent letter in the mail, claiming that you owe this, that, and the other. That's not you, unless you agreed for it to be you. Now that seems to be working right now, but you never know. They're stubborn and they're thieves, and they're just out to steal. But you have to just simply no, that's not me. I don't know why you keep sending this to me. So there's another way that I was looking into in the postmaster. You can actually have people just all the way. You can just there's a way, I forget what I was reading about, but there's some forms that you can file at the post office and simply you can get some sort of order to have them stop sending you stuff altogether. But this is obviously for people that don't want the Social Security number, that they don't because there's no numbers on you. So what's your Social Security number? I don't have one. And you're telling the truth. You don't have one. There's no numbers on you unless you tattooed it on there somewhere. But I don't think anybody in the world is going to tattoo their Social Security number on themselves. So you don't have one. I mean, literally, I don't have one. Can you find any numbers on me? You can find a number and you can claim me as your property. Go ahead, but I doubt you're going to find it. Just heads up, man. These criminals and these satanic people, because that's what they are, they're out to get you. Oh, it's a conspiracy theory and you're tripping. No, I'm not tripping. Just look around you. Just look around. You ain't got to take my word for it. Look around your local scene. Look how the cops are beating people and killing them, and they're just doing whatever they want because they feel. Because according to here, check this out. See, check this out. This one really, really, really messed me up. Okay, this is the one where he's in bed. For wound. Okay, there's ransom. There's one in here. Okay, I can't find it on this one and it's kind of hard to read. But here's the one here. Let me just read it here. It goes. Okay, 21. So 21:21. That's where it's at. Okay. Okay. If a man smite his servant or his maid with a rod, and he die under his hand, he shall surely be punished. He shall be surely punished. Notwithstanding, if he continue a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his money. Okay, they went and changed it, because that's not what it says. That's not what it says. So see how sneaky they are? They keep changing stuff. Over here it says it's his money. I'm going to go ahead and open up the hard copy book. Notwithstanding, if he remains alive a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his property. See, and if a man beats his male or female servant with a rod, so that he dies under his hand, he shall surely be punished. Notwithstanding, if he remains alive a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his property. That's why they're trying to get you to be a U.S. citizen, to claim you as their property. That's what all that's about. That's why we see the Oscar Grants, and we see Oscar Grant, we see the dude in Mike Brown and Ferguson, and heaven knows how many other people that have been murdered and just beat down by the police, and they get away with it. Because as far as they're concerned, because they're running the U.S. government and you're claiming U.S. citizenship, you're their property because of the stupid Social Security number. I'm telling you, you got to get rid of that name and number and don't answer to it. You don't have a last name. There is no first name, last name. Those are that's for corporations. You have a given name and a family name. That's what you have. A family name or surname. It's a family name, but they call it surname, and a given name. That's what it says on the U.S. passport. And this is the U.S. of A passport. Because they can't deny you that one, even though they're going to try to mix their garbage in there because it's in there. You can either elect to be a U.S. a citizen or / national. They even tell you right on the passport. And depending on which one you select, if there's a Social Security attached to the passport, then you're a citizen. If there's no Social Security attached to the passport, then you're a national. That's how that goes. As a matter of fact, I got to get mine all straightened out. That's why they keep sending me letters trying to convince me that I'm this. And even though they got papers saying so, you just deny it. No, you made a mistake. That's a mistake. Well, this is what sorry, it's a mistake. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't admit nothing. Never admit nothing. Look at those mafia movies. Admit nothing. And let them try to get you out of there, and then you can always invoke. I don't want to use the word invoke because that's a witchcraft word. You can always exercise, it's a better word, the Fifth Amendment to remain silent, and it doesn't admit guilt. And you have to say it like that. I'm gonna exercise my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, and it doesn't admit guilt. Because right away, well, you have nothing to hide, or you have nothing to hide, and no, it's not that I got nothing to hide. I just got the right to remain silent, and it doesn't admit that I'm guilty of anything. There's nothing to hide. I have that right, and I'm going to exercise it here now, and then just be quiet and let them get you out of that. If you won't talk to them, then what they're going to do? You chop them off at the ankles. You know what I mean? You chop them off at the very beginning. You nip it right in the bud. Boom. Anyway, this is going to wrap this up. This is Real Talk. Hit your Bibles. Read that law. And it wouldn't hurt to know God and Jesus Christ in the process. I'll catch up with you guys next time.